guys, Horatio here, and today it is another Pokemon review. Today I have for you the extraordinarily rare Mewtwo Reversible Pokeball Plush. Very few people have been able to see this plush in person, and very few collectors actually get to lay claim to having it in their collection. I was super pleased. It was through the help of a group of friends that I was able to get a hold of mine, and I could never be more thankful. He is super derpy. He is one of the weirdest plushes, and very few people actually know about his origin. And when I say very few people, I mean nobody who I've really talked to. Most of the larger size reversible Pokeball plushes have a tag that shows them to be made by Tomy. This guy has one that just says made in China, leading many to believe that he might be some weird, rare, obscure bootleg. He could also be very, very early Pokemon merchandise, though since he has a purple tail, he was likely made at least after the anime came out originally in Japan, since Mewtwo did have a purple tail in the anime. He is of extremely low quality, even sitting next to other TOMY-brand larger size reversible Pokeball plushes, like the Squirtle plush, which I reviewed in a much earlier review. Nobody really knows much about him. I wish that I could say that I did. I wish that I could, you know, be like, oh, here's the story, this is what he is. But I'm one of many. I simply do not know. What I do know is he is rare, and I'm really, really pleased to be able to have him as part of my Mewtwo collection. For those of you not in the know, I'm a huge Mewtwo fan, and one of my main collection goals is to have every single Mewtwo plush, and I am getting very, very, very close to that goal. So, now that we've talked about him, let's take a look at him. And here we are, with Mewtwo in all of his derpy derp glory. Much as you may not want to, let's bring him up and take a closer look. So, he does have irises in his eyes, and he is very, very cross-eyed. Extraordinarily cross-eyed. It's got kind of an odd bump on the back of his head, and I'm not quite sure what they were trying to do there, but it's there, and it's not going away. He hasn't got a mouth to speak of, and his stitching doesn't quite meet up, and then there's a gap between his tail and the rest of his purple, which again doesn't quite meet up. He's made out of a very coarse, unpleasant fabric, and he's got felt claws, not necessarily accurate, on his hands and feet. And then if we check his tag, it does just say made in China. As I mentioned, the origin of this guy is kind of unsure. Normally the reversible Pokeball plushes in this size would say Tomy on the tag, like my Squirtle one does if you check the Squirtle review. So nobody's really, really sure where these guys came from. They're extraordinarily rare. I only know of a few people who have managed to get a hold of one. And only a few people who would actually want one, because like I said, they're pretty derpy. For a long time, there was just a picture of one circulating through the internet, and everybody going, what? I don't even, what is that? So, let's take a look at his Pokeball. You can see there is a slight tear in the zipper there, so I'm going to be really careful doing this. I don't want to harm him after finally getting a hold of him for my Mewtwo collection. So he tucks in, and then zips on up. Like I said, since there's a tear, I'm not going to try and zip him up all the way. I don't want the zipper to come out. So as with all reversible Pokeball plushes, they're typically a little bit lopsided when you first reverse them, so you've got to kind of mash them around. It's got the circle right here is felt, an additional fabric that's glued on. The back, the black stripe is sewn to the white and the red. Overall, not the highest quality plush. Definitely not what you would expect to be paying upwards of $50 up to a couple $100 for, but, you know, Mewtwo collectors, we can be kind of nuts. So, reverse him back and carefully zip him up. Overall, probably the derpiest Mewtwo plush. I'm running through all the Mewtwo plushes in my head. Yes, he is the derpiest Mewtwo plush. I can't say that I recommend him. If you are a Mewtwo collector and you are serious about collecting Mewtwo, specifically Mewtwo plushes, your collection will not be complete without him, but that's about the only case of me recommending him. He's not the highest quality plush. He is of uncertain origins, and he's just plain derpy. But if you can find him, oh boy, you are in luck. Alright, so this is Horatio signing out. Thanks for watching, guys. Comment, like, favorite, subscribe, do all those wonderful things, and I will love you forever. And I will see y'all at the next review.